Good morning, day 115. Just climbed a hill because anytime you stop in a town, there's always a hill to climb when you leave. Just trying to catch my breath so I can make this video. We got back on trail today. Safari and I stayed at that motel that I told you about in yesterday's video, and the guy offered us a ride this morning back to the trailhead, so we got that ride back here, got back on trail, and been on here for a while, enough to work up a sweat and get winded a little bit. But I'm not sure what today's plan is. I do know this: there's only a slight chance of rain in the forecast, but I'll take it. It makes me happy. I think it's going to be hot and sticky though. And so I would like to get about 17 miles, but we'll see. I haven't bothered to look at where the next campsite is or anything like that. So I'll formulate a plan here at the next water source when I refill my water. But just looking forward to doing some more hiking in New Jersey, more hiking on the AT, and getting closer and closer to Maine. It's gonna be a good day today. Just had some awesome trail magic, and I am feeling good. There was this father and son back there, and they were offering trail magic to the hikers, making bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches on croissants right there on the spot, cooking them up, fresh cantaloupe, kale, salad, straight from the dude's garden. They had a bunch of other stuff, the standard stuff, chips and little dessert thingies, and Starbucks mocha frappuccinos in a cooler, some Gatorade. It was good. So just enjoyed that. Filled up water at a shelter. Now I'm back on the trail after a nice little break. And now that those rocks of Pennsylvania have eased up, it has given me a little bit more time to think about stuff other than the placement of every step I take so that I don't break an ankle. And what I've been thinking about today is, this trail overall. And what I've discovered is really it's just a series of problem management decisions. Like right now, I gotta try to figure out how to cross this overflowing creek without falling in, while making a video too. But yeah, that's what I found out is just a series of daily problem management. So each and every day you're hiking along and something comes up and you're like, okay, this is today's problem. What do I do about it? And it could be anything. Yesterday it was the rain and slippery rocks and tons of mud and wet shoes and potential blisters and all that stuff. And so you got to just figure out, what do I do about this? And that's what this trail is. It's just an ongoing series of that. Here's today's problem. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to manage it? How am I going to get through it? And for example, there's a hole in the mesh of my tent, which is not a good thing. Mosquitoes can get in there at night. Mice can get in there, whatever it may be. What do I do about it? Well, slap a little duct tape on the inside and the outside of that hole. It sticks to each other, from the inside and the outside. Problem solved. And I had to do that with my tent a long time ago, and it's still holding up. Pennsylvania, snapped one of my trekking poles in half. Okay, what do? Well, I find a stick. Still carrying the Gandalf stick. My plan was to get a new set of trekking poles at the outfitter in the last town. They didn't sell them. They didn't offer trekking poles. So, well, that's a problem. What do? Well, just keep using this thing. And maybe have some trekking poles sent to me in a few towns down the way. Problem management. Okay, here's another example. There's a bear staring at me. What do I do to keep from getting eaten? Just simple problem management. That's what you got to do. You got to figure out what to do. And that is every day out here on the trail. And I've told myself that numerous times as I'm hiking along. Something will come up and like, boom, there it is. That's today's problem. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to overcome it? How am I going to endure it? How am I going to remedy it? And that's that, and you do it. But as I was thinking about all of that, I got to thinking about, once again, life in general, and so many lessons of the trail are life lessons too. And that's what we do, every single one of us, every day of our lives, whether we're hiking the AT or not. It's a series of managing problems. Here is today's problem. Wherever you're at in life, whatever's happening, whatever's going on, here's today's problem. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to handle it? How am I going to overcome it? So, whatever your problem is today, manage that baby. Manage that sucker. Don't let it manage you. Whew. Rocks. You do that, and I'll do that while I'm out here on the trail. And we'll get through it. And that's the way it goes. So this is home for the night. High Point Shelter. Hiked 16.1 miles today. And my tent is right next to that. That will lull me to sleep just fine later on this evening. Good day of hiking. Hiked past High Point, the highest point in elevation in New Jersey. And this shelter is close to that. That's why, hence the name. And it was a good day of hiking. Tough day again. Just the terrain is not the easiest. Not as bad as Pennsylvania, but still a tough day of hiking. So I'm ready for some rest. Song of the day, Heart of Glass by Blondie. Probably many of you know that one. It's a classic. And so that's going to do it for today. I'm going to crawl inside that tent and relax and wind down. So once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. See you back on trail tomorrow.